Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panellists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is commercials that never made it to air.
Do you have a crippling addiction to masturbation and biscuits? Try working from home.
This sofa is full price.
Fire in the hole! Try Caniston.
We sell our turkeys in wooden coffins so that you can pretend it's a funeral and have 30 people round for Christmas.
This advert costs hundreds of thousands of pounds to make. Please don't skip it in 3, 2, 1, you fucking bastard.
Bat soup, the delicious taste of 6 months off.
Ryanair. Not just an airline, it's also the name of our cheapest sandwich. Rye and air.
Poundland condoms. You get what you pay for, yeah?
Rhys James, because Ed Gamble's busy.
OK, the next topic is unlikely lines from a sci-fi movie.
We're going to have to put Gotham City into lockdown. Someone ate Batman.
Luke, I am your father. Well, I'm Boris Johnson, so the odds are pretty good.
How can we tell you're not a robot? Hold up. Which of these squares contain a traffic light?
We come in peace.
Yeah, that's all very well and good, but we've got a points-based immigration system. Can you pick fruit with your tentacles?
The Overlord is pure evil, and he just doesn't care. He knows that every time he presses his buzzer, a child dies.
I just can't do it, Captain! I don't have the power! You're in neutral?
I'll tell you what, I just got it. Ryanair.
OK, I'm going to beam myself down to the surface of the planet. Oh, it's so hot! It's hot! It's molten hot! Why didn't anyone tell me? There we go.
Sorry, don't honey me. You've shrunk the kids.
Master Luke, I'm afraid the ship's crew have refused to go any further until they've had smashed avocado on toast. I knew we shouldn't have tried to get home in the Millennial Falcon.
The crew refused to go home till they've had avocado on toast. We shouldn't have... Oh, I can't do it either. You know what? It's harder than it looks, and I've gained a lot of respect for you, Angela.
Ryanair.
Unlikely lines from a thriller.
You're not going to believe what they've done. They've bleached the minions.
My joke! My joke!
Do you care for a game, 007? Dinosaur top trumps?
Should I cut the red wire?
No, Bond, it's just my tampon.
You want £250,000 now and another £250,000 when the job is done? Come on, mate, it's only a boiler.
We are going to find this so-called blowjob killer, and when we do, he's going down for a very long time.
It's going to explode at any minute. Well, it's your daughter's nappy. You change it.
The British Secret Service may have M, but we have someone twice as good. Eminem.
Look, we can't talk for long because we're both female characters.
Vodka martini. Shaken. Not so. Actually, this is my 6th one, so I don't give a fuck if you make it in a blender. I don't know which wire to cut. So, look, this is my first vasectomy.
What's the cause of death? Well, I think a lot of this blood is actually supposed to be inside his body.
Mr. Bond, I am a high-level government advisor. Don't assume I'm going to sleep with you just because my name is Breasty Lovecock.
Okay, the next topic is unlikely things to hear in a nature show.
Now we see the fastest predator on land. Prince Andrew running from American lawyers.
Sperm whales. Could they be the reason the sea is so salty?
Here is the Indian elephant being asked by its mother why it hasn't met a nice girl yet.
The Serengeti, home to absolutely shitloads of animals.
The owl's head can rotate 720 degrees before coming off in your hands.
I mean, just look at that massive fuck-off herd of elephants.
It is over. The hippo has won and the flamingo retreats because, frankly, he hasn't got a leg to stand on.
Just look at all those rhinos! Endangered my hole!
Unlikely things to say when running for president.
Silence, worms!
OK, I just need to check my notes. I've got so much money.
I'm delighted to announce that my running mate is the hologram of Kim Kardashian's dead dad.
You will not find me confusing presidents with fast food outlets, and that is why I have been such a long-time admirer of JFKFC.
As president, I'll be legalizing marijuana.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to be your president. Not for the fame, not for the power, not for the riches, but for the fanny.
This week I will speak in 4 states. Angry, tired, psychotic, medicated.
Why should black voters trust me? Well, if you check my college photos, I even used to dress up as you guys back in the day.
I will not be running in 2020. I will be skipping.
I can't deny it. I did send those explicit images, but in my defence, I had just had my arsehole bleached, and I was very pleased with how it came out.
To the people who say that I'm too old to be president, here's £1, don't tell your mum.
Yes, we can. Lock her up. Drain the swamp. Hands, face, space. Oh, my God. I can't stop. Speaking in threes. Someone please help.
The allegations of voter fraud are ridiculous. My opponent is just jealous of my popularity with the dead.
Okay, the next topic is things you wouldn't hear on a cookery show.
Sorry, onions always make me cry because my mother was killed by an onion truck.
This recipe was passed down to me by my great-grandmother, so it is a little bit racist.
So last week I showed you how to knock up a chicken. This week I showed you how to impregnate a turkey.
Hi, I'm Nigel Lawson, and I've run out of innuendo, so I'm just going to cook this curry with a tit out.
And of course, you can get these from the supermarket, but I prefer to grow my own Haribo.
Well, they're a very sad pair of dumplings, but they're still hosting MasterChef.
So there is shark fin soup. Ta-da! Sorry. Ta-da.
Core, 2 apples. Sorry, core 2 apples.
So when my family came to England in the 60s, they very early on, they realised that all you need to do is package up any old shit, call it authentic, and white people will lap it up.
Welcome to my new pop-up restaurant where we just make toast.
It's another lockdown, so you know what that means? It's another series of Cooking While Pissed! Today, we're going to put an oven-ready meal in the microwave for too long.
Things a news reporter would never say.
And the Prime Minister is just going to be arriving now. I'm going to see if I can just have a quick word with him, and that word's going to be Wanga!
And I'm reporting live from North Korea because my colleagues hate me.
Now, the traffic news. There's a terrible mess just past junction 16 on the M4, Swindon.
And now, to find out how those peace talks are progressing, we're going to cross now to Camp David. Oh, hello, Ducky!
And I'm just getting word now that half of the hostages have been released, which can only be... Oh, hang on, sorry. Oh no, half a hostage has been...
Water has been discovered on the moon, very close to the spot where Neil Armstrong said, "Hey, Buzz, I'm just nipping behind this rock for a minute."
Eyewitnesses say that the flasher bears an uncanny resemblance to Gru from Despicable Me and emits a short buzzing noise just before exposing himself.
Okay, the next topic is unlikely lines from kids' films and TV shows.
And today's show, children, has been brought to you by the letter P and the number 45. Oh.
Thomas the Tank Engine huffed and puffed as he pulled out of Paddington. Paddington rolled over and had a post-coital marmalade sandwich. Mash up! Mash up!
"Can I tell you a secret?" said Tigger. "I killed Carol Baskin's husband."
I don't know what happened. I just joined in with the song and I lost control of the bus.
Mummy Bear said, somebody's been sleeping in my bed. And Daddy Bear said, well, you don't have to rub it in, you whore.
Oh, look, here come the 7 dwarfs. Grumpy, bashful, sleepy, dopey, crackhead, nonce and gimp.
Hello, fat controller, said Thomas. Fuck you, call me, you grey-faced twat.
I really love you, Peter Rabbit. Oh, wait, sorry, no, Rampant. Rampant Rabbit.
Well, we've told him it's a giant peach, but the truth is, James is just very, very small.
Did you know, children, that without rap music, we wouldn't have Pass the Parcel music?
But luckily, before Cinderella had left the party, she had left a shit in the punch bowl. And the prince said, whoever's arse this shit hits, I will marry.
Unlikely lines from a blockbuster movie.
Unfortunately, this year's Hunger Games has had to be cancelled thanks to Marcus Bloody Rashford.
You talking to me? You talking to me? As I say, Mrs. Patel, sometimes it's just your tone.
We need to join forces to become a pantomime horse. You be front. I'll be back.
Vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. Oh, go on, and a bag of Frazzles.
Everything I touch just turns to ice. I can't give hand jobs away.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you. It's illegal. Well, game, set, and match. I can't apologise enough.
All the superheroes are sat cross-legged on a sports hall floor in Avengers Assembly.
I mean, you can laugh, but I did that one in Series 14, so, yeah.
Take that.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I don't know what happened. I was just making love to John McClane, and then he passed away. I guess it was a good day to die hard.
I don't know what happened. I was just making love to John McClane, and then he passed away. I guess it was a good day to die hard. Just use whichever one you prefer.
You had me at hello. You lost me at send nudes.
The next topic is things you never hear in a science documentary.
And your host is not Dara O'Brien.
The UK consumes more coke than any other country in Europe. So why can't I find my dealer anywhere?
Hi, I'm Brian Cox, and I'm here with my favourite bald comic companion, Tom Allen.
The human body is 80% water. What would it feel like if it wasn't? Well, much better. I've needed that piss since breakfast.
The planet used to be one large landmass called Pangaea before its inhabitants voted for Pangexit.
Welcome to the documentary you switched to when your mum walked in on you watching porn.
Well, we've got it up to 70%. That's enough, isn't it?
Some say science and religion can't mix. But if not for DNA, we wouldn't have caught these priests.
Unlikely lines from a TV detective show.
No, it's not a murder. He just died.
You're going away for a long, long time. You've clearly used up all of your annual holiday. Have a great trip.
Impossible, Detective. It couldn't have been me. On the night of the 22nd, I was at home cleaning my murder weapons.
And was there any ID on the murder victim? Great. Oh, today's date. It's their birthday. Get their arms. 1, 2, 3.
OK, I'm going to go in there and do the interrogation as normal. Then you come in, ask me which motorway I took to get here, sneeze very loudly, and then tell me things were done differently in your day. Classic good cop, dad cop.
I'm from the SWAT team.
I've had enough. Turn over your badge. I've always been curious to know what the back of those badges look like.
Anything you say can and will be held against you at any time. What do you mean, why? Because I'm your wife.
I've got an artist's impression for you, boss.
The next topic is unlikely lines from a romantic novel.
She collapsed slowly in his arms. He sighed and reached for the puncture repair kit.
Oh, pretty, he said. Bully me like one of your civil servants.
Let's make love, she said, but not here, upstairs. And with that, they climbed to the top deck of the night bus.
As he climbed on top of her, Melania thought to herself, remember, he'll be dead soon.
Go! Leave me! I cannot stand another minute in your presence. I could never love a man who thinks it's funny to superglue a woman's hand to her forehead.
Anastasia walked towards the wall of chains, hooks, and rope. A huge hulk of a man stepped in front of her and said, "Hi, I'm Jeff. Welcome to B&Q."
He said to her, "Will you make me the happiest man in the world and introduce me to your fit sister?"
I came as soon as I got your message. Richard was dreadful at sexting.
He got down on one knee. "Will you marry me?" he asked. She flushed. "Oh, you should ask my father first." I don't fancy him.
He kissed her tenderly. She looked in his eyes and said, "Do that thing you know I like." And he went downstairs and restacked the dishwasher properly.
Things a sports commentator would never say.
And there we have it. We finally know who has won the Ashes. Some said a tombola at a funeral was inappropriate, but it's what she would have wanted.
Well, with 3 sixes like that in a row, you have to ask, is Satan the one-day batsman England have been looking for?
It's 2046. Welcome to the opening ceremony of the Tokyo 2020 Olympics.
Well, that is a wild throw in the javelin. That is huge. Very difficult to tell where that javelin's going. Where is that javelin?
Oh, and that's a firm backhand. Although I like to try reasoning with the staff.
What's the name of the guy taking the penalty? Can you find it out for me? Oh, it's gone in! Goal!
Andy Murray there with a soft lob. Happens to the best of us.
And as the lights go out for the start of this nighttime Singapore Grand Prix, the drivers shout, "Please turn the lights on, we can't see a fucking thing."
The next topic is unlikely things to hear on a property show.
Now, this next property's got a bit of showbiz sparkle. Now, do you know David Tennant? Well, the guy he played, Dennis Nilsson, used to live here.
And of course, we've got the extra room, you know, thinking about the longer term, if you want to get married and have babies, if, you know, that's something you're interested in.
This week on Location, 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 we're in Basingstoke, Basingstoke, Basingstoke.
Next up on BBC London, we've got Escape to the Country. And on BBC Somerset, it's Defend the Village from Towny Buggers.
Now, this clever couple swapped their tiny one-bed for a south-facing, detached 426-bed by simply moving to Benson's for Beds.
And we've been able to convert this one-bedroom flat into a three-bedroom flat just by putting a bed in the kitchen and the toilet.
I see you've put a cellar on your must-haves. Is that because you're alcoholics or perverts?
John has always wanted to convert a lighthouse, but the project has been on and off for years.
Get out! Get out!
Unlikely lines from a fantasy film or TV show.
Oh, Master Frodo, I've got a ring you can destroy.
Hufflepuff? No, thanks. You got any cocaine?
You shall not pass! Oh, you're Trump supporters. Oh, yeah, sure. No, the Senate chamber is just in there.
Unfortunately, sir, your dragon has failed its emissions test. May I interest you in an electric eel?
The amulet has come to life. You know what this means? Our table at TGI's is ready.
I'm really sorry, but my granny says she's not getting in the TARDIS unless it's the White Doctor.
The red pill represents your desire to know the truth. The blue pill will have you rock hard for hours.
This may look like a normal bookcase, but if I take out this encyclopedia and turn to page 206, there's a diagram of a boobs.
The next topic is unlikely dating profiles.
Lonely Southern Belle seeks handsome delivery driver.
You may recognize me from Mock the Week.
I'll be honest, I'm only on here because I've been banned from all the other apps. But what am I looking for? About 11,780 votes.
I'm at Chris Whitty 69, and I'm here to announce a cockdown in Tier 4.
Are you looking for companionship, unconditional love and long walks? Great. I'm selling a dog.
I want to be your Ford Cortina, because no one's been in me since the 1980s.
Lonely drummer seeks the one. The two. The 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's very simple. I'm looking for an Irishman who speaks like a Southern belle.
I'm a bit of a pocket rocket. 11 men have died in me.
Sick of seeing your family? Date me, Meghan Markle.
I've been married for 20 years, I just need a fuck.
Unlikely lines from a children's book.
Jimmy the Jumbo Jet landed in the airport. Oh, that's a good bus.
You have your mother's eyes, said Snape, and your father's juicy ass.
And suddenly, the police burst in, and the 3 black bears were arrested on suspicion of kidnapping Goldilocks.
You know, maybe I wouldn't have to keep running and hiding all the time if just once in a while someone would ask, how's Wally?
The tiger came to tea and stayed for breakfast, so you have to call him Uncle Tiger now.
After Willie showed another group of children his chocolate factory, he pulled up his trousers and was put on a register.
I wish I was back in Kansas, said Dorothy, as she was arrested for breaking into the Capitol.
Harry Potter, Chapter 1, The Boy Who Lived as a boy, because he was born a boy, and that's how it's supposed to be.
I won't be staying long. I'm a new kind of nanny, said Mary Pop-Up.
Oh, well, said bi-curious George. That didn't hurt nearly as much as I thought it would.
Hogwarts? Yes, I wish I'd never slept with that pig.
The next topic is bad things to hear from your flatmate.
Welcome to your new home. I forgot to tell you that every evening in this flat, we watch the Dara O'Brien DVD.
Firstly, the Dara O'Brien DVD?
OK. That wasn't Nutella.
OK, who drank my milk? Do you know how long that took my mum to make for me?
God, am I just going to dig a big hole in the garden to get out the stress of my girlfriend's disappearance?
Sorry, so you're kicking me out of the flat just because I'm dangerously obsessed with The Apprentice? Well, thank you for the opportunity.
Hey, who's your friend who keeps coming over in the middle of the night? You know, the little Victorian girl with no eyes.
About yesterday. Sorry about when I walked in on you wanking. I'll make sure to wank in my own room from now on.
God, it is great to be back. I've been travelling. I've been to Brazil, South Africa and Kent.
I hope you don't mind. I've moved the fridge into your bedroom. I'd just like a snack while I watch you sleep.
OK, I know you're a bit sick of the last one, but don't worry. I've managed to get the other Dara O'Brien DVD.
Unlikely lines from a costume drama.
Sir, I demand satisfaction. I will meet you in that field at dawn, and I expect a hand job minimum.
They're all naked.
Well, I never thought I'd say this, but I think I've fallen in love with a scullery maid. Apparently she grew up in a place called The Dip.
Well, why do you think the Duchess is crying? You just referred to her husband's coffin as the jukebox.
Lady Windermere, you are far more massive and liquid. This is Lake Windermere, isn't it?
I must defy you, Father. I will not marry for money or status. I will only marry for love and a massive cock.
I saw Mozart leaving the opera house. I shouted, Wolfgang! Wolfgang! He ignored me. But then he was eaten by a gang of wolves.
Oh, yeah, is that King Arthur? Hoping you can help. It's not really a sword and a stone thing, more of a cucumber arse situation.
The next topic is things you wouldn't hear on daytime TV.
And now it's time for Repair Shop, where Rishi Sunak has brought in the entire British economy.
Who have I brought with me today? Thanks for asking, Byrne. It's my Auntie Sue, my mum Carol, and down the end is my gorgeous, gorgeous, soon-to-be stepdad Tony.
Well, my goodness, look at those kiwi fruit. They look absolutely delicious. Oh, no, sorry. Simon's looking at his testicles again.
They have just 20 minutes to make £1,000. Time to find out if they really are loose women.
And now I'm looking for a bigger penis in Wanted Down Under.
What do we think of the property? We love it. Of course we love it. We live here. Who the fuck are you?
Unfortunately, this week's bargain hunt has been cancelled after some contestants accidentally bought the Ark of the Covenant and melted David Dickinson's face off.
Welcome to our Saturday Kitchen Global Warming Special. And after the break, an emotional Greta Thunberg tries her hand at a baked Alaska.
And now, the very last episode of A Place in the Sun.
Next tonight, it's Family Fortunes, or as I like to call it, Pointless for Thick People.
Angela, are you okay?
I wouldn't have fallen over, but there's a dip.
Things you wouldn't hear in a history documentary.
Well, I'm afraid due to CGI budget constraints, this series of Walking with Dinosaurs is just this.
I'd love it if you cut Angela's and just left that in.
Yeah.
I'm Professor Robert Winston, and you join me at the Royal Albert Hall in the search for a legendary artefact. This is Hitler's other ball.
Henry, the Secretary of State during the Nixon administration, sitting in a tree. Kissinger.
And this inhabitant of Pompeii used his final seconds to hold up a sign that says, all TV historians are dicks. Right, which one of the camera crew did this?
Before his victory in 1066, he was known as William the.
The Bronze Age. The third best age.
Now, as we all know, the Battle of Hastings occurred in 1066. Oh my God, that's my PIN number. Shit, is this live?
Welcome to another documentary about the Nazis. How have you not made your mind up?
The Black Plague was actually ended by the Great Fire of London, so you join me setting fire to a 5G mast.
The next topic is unlikely things to hear on the radio.
You're listening to Radio 3. Well done.
I quite like AstraZeneca. It drives really well. You're listening to Motoring Today on Dip FM.
And now it's chilled out, relaxing songs to send you off to sleep here on Drive Time.
You're listening to Jazz FM. It's about the listeners we don't have.
You're tuned in to the #1 most listened to radio station in the UK right now today. It is Hospital Radio.
That was this week's #2. Gotta feel 3 stone lighter.
And now, Gavin Williamson tells us how to run a major government department in I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue.
Oh dear, a lot of angry callers today, and let me say, if you want to talk about the Premier League, there is a place for you to go. But if you want to chat about your love of fortified wine, join us here on TalkSport.
Today's call-in topic is what do you do when your phone is broken? No one's got in touch so far, but...
And for the next 2 hours on LBC, it's White Noise. Nick Ferrari. Today's phone-in is about anxiety at work. Do you ever feel that when you're doing your job, there's 5 people waiting behind you ready to take your spot?
At the end of that round, the points go to Ed, Maisie and Ahir.